Okay, so we will be doing the snowman tutorial. I will only be working on the body of the snowman in this one. We will be doing another episode where we do the nose and put in the eyeballs and the scarf and the hat. If you want to, though, when the before you stuff the head, you can put safety eyes in if you want to. Your decision. All right. So we're only doing the body of the snowman. We aren't doing the rest, and we'll do that on another tutorial. All right. So you will need a ball of yarn, preferably white. It can be cream color. Depends on the snowman. You will need a tapestry needle. You will need a size G hook or 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, a scissors, and some polyfill or cotton stuffing or yarn scraps if you want to, but you have to make sure the yarn scraps are white because you don't want them to show through because you want it to be a snowman. There. All right. So we're going to start out with the leg first. Okay. Now, if you can't do a magic circle, you can chain 2 and put all your stitches in the second stitch from the hook. Okay, but now I'm going to do the magic circle. Okay, we are starting with the foot. So, and you will need to make 2. Alright, so you're going to want to put 2 single crochets. I'm sorry, my camera is bouncing today. 2 single crochets. Then you're going to want to do 3 half double crochets. And then you're going to want to do 2 double crochets. I mean, not double crochets, single crochets. I'm sorry. 2 single crochets. So you should have 7 stitches all together. Alright. And now you're going to, if you're doing it with, I gotta pull your tail tight. Alright. Now, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch that you have made. Now in this row, you're going to want to work in the back loops only. So you're just going to want to go around single crochet in each of your 7 stitches. 1 single crochet in each of your 7 stitches. Alright, and again, join with a slip stitch. Alright, you should have 7 stitches in the second row. Okay, in the next row, you're going to want to do 2 single crochets. And then you're going to want to do another single crochet. A half double crochet in the next stitch. a single crochet in the next stitch, and then decrease, and then join with a slip stitch, and again go up. All right. That should be row 3. Next row you're going to want to do single crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I just skip this last stitch. I just skip it and then join with a single crochet. So you should have like 5 stitches in there. Just skip that one. And then in the next row you want to, in your first stitch you want to increase. So I just put 2 single crochets in the first stitch. And then in the next 4, single crochet in each of the stitches. Which should come out to 6 stitches when you are done in this row. Pardon me. If this gets in your way, just stuff it in there. That's what I do. I just stuff the string in there just to get out of the way. You will want to put stuffing in these, but we'll just wait until we're finished on this row. Alright. In the next row, you want to do, oh, we got chain 1, sorry. You want to do 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches. So one single crochet in the next 4 stitches. I'm sorry. And then you want to do an increase in the 5th stitch. And another single crochet in the next stitch. So you should have 7 stitches in this row. This should be row 6. And then slip stitch to join. And in the next row you want to do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. I think that's 4. And then you want to do a double crochet, I mean an increase. So 2 stitches in the next stitch. Glue from the yarn. We're going to leave that there, I think. Let's deal with it. I didn't realize this blue one is straight. Okay, and then do 2 single crochets. Alright. And then join with a slip stitch. Okay, if this is your first foot, you can cut it, but finish off and cut it, but leave a string on it. You're going to want this string. Okay. If it's your second foot, do not decrease from it because we're going to need to join these two together. I don't know this one. I gotta count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways, so you're gonna want to join this to the other one. So what I do is, since this is the front of the foot, you can see where the front of the foot is. So I'll just crochet to the next one, like do like 3 crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then chain 2, and then grab your other foot, and don't worry about that right now. Grab your other foot, cooperation here, and connect it to this one. You want to make sure they're both facing the same way. And then start single crocheting, if I can get it to cooperate here. Wow, cooperation is the key. Okay, and just take this and put it out of the way for the moment, and you just single crochet all the way around the other foot here. We're starting to make the body of the snowman, so we have to come all the way around. Okay. I usually leave a stitch unstitched, uncrocheted, and then I chain 2, and then I connect it to the other foot if it's not twisted, which it apparently was here, I think. There. And then I leave a stitch undone in there. So when you hang on. So you have this string here. Put it out so it's out there. This string, this one, the one that was, for the bottom of the thing, I just tuck it in. I just tuck it in there. Just tuck it in there. Get it out of your way, and then continue to crochet till you meet up here to the other side, or if you have to, you can put a stitch marker in there so you know where to stop. You don't have to if you don't need to, but if you need to, put a stitch marker in there. Then I take some polyfill and I fill out the feet right now because they're going to be harder to get at once you start making the body of the snowman. If I can get the polyfill to cooperate, and I just stuff it down in there. Don't be as rough as I am. I'm really being mean with it. And I stuff it in there so it gets down in the feet there. I usually use the hook. You can use if some of the polyfill comes with a stick. You can use the stick to do it too. I just use what I got on hand. So it fills out the feet of your snowman. And I usually make sure they're really done, because otherwise it's going to be too hard to get at it later. So I just stuff it in there. If you can use your finger, so be it. If you can't, well, use what you got. Alright. So they should be pretty much stuffed now. Now you just go around one more time. You do not have to this stitch is kind of tight here. You do not have to chain one anymore. I don't. Usually I just kind of go with it. You can use a stitch marker again to mark the spot. Okay, hang on. Okay. And I just go around, just put a stitch in every, stitch there is. Single crochet all the way around again. And you can count the stitches. Give me a second to figure out how many stitches there should be, since there was 8. You only did 7. 14, 16, 17. So you should have 7, so like 14 here and 14 there, and then plus 4 because of the two spaces in the middle. 18 stitches. I think it's 18. Alright. And you just crochet around. And if you can't catch both of these, just catch at least half of it. If you can't get the full stitch on these single crochets. I mean, not single crochets. I mean, on these chains, at least catch at least part of each stitch there, or each chain. At least catch part of it. So you have at least 2 stitches there. 2 single crochets there at least. And this string will help you so you can sew this hole shut. That's why we want the string there. Alright. Now what I do is in the next row I'm going to do an increase on both sides. So I just do an increase and then chain around. And depending on how fat you want your snowman, if you want your snowman a bit chubbier or a bit skinnier, it'll depend on how many increases you put in. So pretty much it's just circle, circle, circle. And again with the increase on the side here. And you can skip rows in between if you want, you know, just to, you don't have to put an increase every time you come to that spot. You can like just go like that. Anyway, it depends on how fat you want your snowman. If you want your snowman to have more of a tummy or less of a tummy, that's up to you. And of course, you can stuff them out a little bit more too. So, all depends on you. And if you have questions about this pattern, don't be afraid to ask. I can help you out. Okay. I want to back up now because I want to increase here. This is probably going to be, well, I'm going to do one more increase on the other side, and that's going to be it. I do the increases on the side because then they're not as seen. I know you can do invisible increases, but I really don't care to do them, so I just go with it. Oop, 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 oop. Do your increase there. All right. I have to go count how many rows I have of this. Okay. Okay, you're going to want to do, after this row, you're going to want to do 4 more rows. So you're going to have 8 in total on the belly of this guy. 8 in total. So I need to do 4 more rows after this. I have to do 4 more rows. This gives you time to think about things, or watch a show while you're making these, or listen to one of the two. Oh my goodness. I do not know where I got this yarn from. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt here, but yeah, I do not know where I got this yarn from. I think I thrifted it. That's a possibility. Or it was a scan and I just rolled it into a ball. I don't know. All I know is it's white. I had another scan of yarn that I was going to use for this, and then I cleaned my living room and now I can't find it. And I'm sorry I didn't do a video for a little bit. I had a really bad cold for a while, and I was just kind of feeling pretty miserable, so I know I was supposed to have this out almost 2 weeks ago. I apologize for that. I just wasn't feeling that great. I'm feeling better now. Just, I think it's because it got really cold one night, and I had the window open, and I wasn't covered properly. So, yeah, that happens. I'm going to try not to let that happen. I'm going to try to keep doing videos for you guys. I have a few other videos, a few other things I'm working on, so I just got to come up with the plan to make the item first. I saw a sewing pattern. It's a sewed item. Well, it's not going to be a sewed item when I'm done with it because I'm going to crochet it. But it's I saw a sewed pattern and I'm like, hey, I could do that in crochet. So I'm gonna draw that up. I'm probably gonna do a crochet with me this week. Maybe a couple of them. I don't know. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna try to get some more videos out this week. Start keeping up with that. Now remember, you can add extra, like I said, you can add extra increases to make this guy a little bit fatter. I want my snowman to be able to do things, if that makes sense. But I will do a video on the accessories and how to finish this guy. I will get some orange and show you how I do the carrot nose and put on his coal buttons, which aren't really buttons. It's just all it is knotted yarn. So, but we're gonna do that later, and then we'll work on some scarves and some different kind of hats. Maybe a shawl. So you have different options for your snowman. Because, snowmans need to be individuals. You know. Seven. There's not 7 there. Alright. Whoop. Alright, now that we have 8 here, now we're going to do a decrease on the sides. I have 8 rows. We're going to do decreases on the sides. Again, you can use a stitch marker and mark every row if you need to. If you don't, that's fine too. I mean, it just depends on you. I don't use stitch markers because I remember where I am at. I've always been like that. I think I did it for one project, and I think it was like a Pooh Bear, but it was like a really long time ago, and I don't even know if I finished him or not. It was before I thought about doing YouTube. And I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if I threw it away or if it got left behind. Because in that period of time, I had moved around quite a bit. It was just life circumstances at the time. Where I live now, I've been here for like 10 years. I've been living in the same spot for like 10 years. Yeah, you're going to want to increase in every row now. Okay. And every row going up, you're going to want to, decrease, sorry. Decrease. You're going to want to decrease in every row. It's just to give them that two decreases in every row. So, and I do mine on the sides. Damn it. Sorry, I'm bouncing the camera. Oh, we don't even have the full stitch there. Well, we're going to just decrease right there. Be done with it. There. If you hear noise in the background, it's because I'm in the dining room. And sometimes our household is busy. Which is okay. This is just a temporary solution anyways. Okay, come on. This yarn is really not my friend today. Not to my friend. It doesn't like me very much, evidently. But I might give you a good home. Now you can start to stuff this, or you can stuff it through the hole in the bottom when you're done. This is up to you. I've done it both ways. So yeah. Alright. I'm going to start stuffing this guy. Give him some shoviness. Alright, I have a whole bag of stuffing on the floor, so if I use up all the yarn, all the stuffing, that's okay. Because I got another And I like to make him kind of look like he's a little plump. You can also stuff from here if you need to, which I might end up doing later, but that's okay. Alright, so continue on the decreases. I'm losing where I'm at. You know what's nice about white yarn? If the stuffing comes through a little bit, no big deal. But if you are having that problem, okay, with the yarn you're using and you're seeing big gaps, you can drop down to a smaller hook if you need to. Okay, because that will stop the big gaps from, or don't stuff it as much, you know, stuff it less. But if you're seeing big gaps, you need to drop down a hook size. If you're not seeing like really big gaps, you're doing really well, and you can stick with the hook size you have. Yeah, this yarn peels a lot. That's kind of annoying. But that's alright. It'll work. I think this is going to be my last row, I think. I think I have to look at it to see if I'm happy with it. Because I want the head to attach nice. And I have a little trick to keep the heads on these from like being really wobbly. Really wonky. I think I'm going to do one more row. One more row. And then I'll be happy with it. Oop. Lost out there. And then we will do the arms and the head. And then we will attach the arms and the head. But not yet. We gotta kind of do a little bit of a decrease here yet. And we're going to go around a little bit yet. Okay. Now I want this string to end in the middle. So I'm going to go, so this is the back, so I'm going to do one more decrease right here. And then on the next side I'm not going to decrease there, because I'm happy with the space. So I'm just gonna stitch around, and I want to make sure the string lands in the center of the back. Of the snowman. So right about here. So I'm gonna like just do a little slip stitch here and then pull through. And give yourself a good, give yourself some string there. Don't be afraid to have at least a foot there. A foot to, I don't know, 9 or 8 inches, something like that. Okay, now we need to finish stuffing this because we want it to be firm. Now, be careful not to overstuff it because you don't want big gaps. Okay, so just stuff them like that. Try to make sure it's firm though. Like, that way his head will stay decent. It won't be wobbly. Alright, So now, there. So you should have them looking like this, string out on the bottom, string on the top here. Alright, so this is his feet. His feetsies are facing forward. So now we're going to go and work on the arms. Okay, I have one done already. You're going to want to make two. We just stuff the string in. The arms you do not need stuffing. I do not stuff them. I just tuck the string from the bottom in. That's it. You do not. And there's 12 rows. There's going to be 12 rows. And this has a thumb. And I will show you how to do the popcorn stitch for that. And the popcorn stitch is really simple. Okay, I think I only do like 3. So, alright, so we're going to use the magic circle again. If you can't use the magic circle, remember, just chain 2 and do all your stitches in the second chain from the hook. So we're going to do the magic circle and we're going to put 4 stitches in. You could do 5 if 4 is too difficult, you know, like to join them. If it's kind of a pain in the butt, you can do 5. Whatever works. Okay. Just make sure you do the other arm the same way. And yeah, okay. So you join with a slip stitch. And then in the next 4 stitches, oh my yarn, cooperate with me. Okay, you just do this. Next, the next 4 stitches, put a single crochet in each of them. Ooh. All right, now you can join. You don't need to do a slip stitch here at all. I don't. I just do in the next stitch, okay, because now you have 4 in each of them, so you should have 2 rows. In the next stitch, I do my popcorn stitch, so I'm going to do double crochets in there, but you yarn over your hook like this, and then, hang on, I gotta get it in there. This stitch is a little tight. We'll go to the next one. Fine. Alright. And then you just go through 2 loops, not this loop. And again, you go through, yarn over on your hook there, go through the loop here, the stitch, and only go through 2 loops. So it looks like that. And then you do it again with the yarn over on your hook there, and you go through 2 loops. So now you have 3 on your hook. And then you go again with the chain, and now you should have 4 loops on your hook. And then you pull all the way through all of them. And then do your single crochet here. And just go around. This one looks kind of sloppy, but that's okay. And then in the last stitch here, do 2 single crochets so you increase a little bit. Oh, oops, sorry. After you've been around, so. And then you just keep going around until you have enough, so the whole thing should be 12 rows long. So you would do, since we did 3 rows here, you'd have, what, 9 rows? Yeah, 9, no, 10. we want 12 rows. Oh, 9 rows, yep, because it's 3. I'm sorry. Braid's not functioning. Okay, and then you just keep going. Keep going, round and round. Oop, come on. And I know it's sloppy, this one. It's really sloppy. My stitches are getting really loose. I don't know why, it's just, maybe I'm really relaxed right now, I don't know. My tension is awful right now. Which is unusual for me, but it is what it is. My tension is awful. That's okay, we'll just say we meant to do that. My tension is awful. Do. Do. Well, now, like I said, my tension is awful right now. It's really loose, which is unusual for me. I mean, I usually have an even tension. I don't know why it's like that today. If this string is bothering you, just tuck it in, get it out of the way. Do. Get it out of the way so we don't have to deal with that. This one's going to be over an hour long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sometimes it takes a while to do these, you know. I used to be faster at stitching. I guess I slowed down in my old age. The other arm I did earlier turned out better. I actually had it done on camera, and then I realized I wasn't recording. Yeah. Which is really, really sad. I wasn't recording. Oh, God. It's one of those days. Maybe I'm just so used to crocheting, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're almost there. I realized I wasn't recording. Oh, boy. Yeah, I realized I wasn't recording it at all. Lucky I realized I wasn't recording it, otherwise I would have had to redo them again. do the head, and then we'll sew the arms and head on, which is, this pattern's low sew, you might say. It's low sew, I'd say. Because you only have to sew on like 3 things. But I do a little bit, I do a double stitch for the snowman's head. I re-sew it. Alright, so then make sure you have a decent length of string, because you're going to want to use that to sew the arm onto the body. Alright. Oops. Oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. Alright, so with the head, you're going to want to do a magic circle. Again, if you can't do a magic circle, please just chain 2 and put all the stitches in the second chain from hook. And you're going to want to put 5 single crochets in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And join with a slip stitch and chain 1. And then put 2 single crochets in each stitch around, so you should at the end have 10. Join with your last stitch, your first stitch. You know, do a slip stitch, join, chain 1. All right, and the next one you're going to want to single crochet in the first stitch and put 2 single crochets in the next stitch and repeat going around. Repeat it until you meet up with your last stitch again. Again, if you have any questions about any of this, please don't be afraid to message me. I will help you out. And yes, I know I should have these up on my Etsy, but I ain't making any sales over there, and I really need sales. One sale over there would make me happy. Okay, in the next row, you're going to want to do, in the next round, you're going to want to do, in the next 2 stitches here, you're going to want to do 1 single crochet and then another single crochet and do a double 2 single crochets in the 3rd stitch from where you ended, and then repeat 2 stitches, 1 stitch here, 1 stitch in the next one, 2 stitches in there, and do it all the way around until you get to the last stitch again. Ooh. Okay. and join the single crochet. All right. Now I gotta count how many rows I did. I know I should be better organized at this. And then do 4 rows. Four rows of just 1 single crochet at each stitch around. Sorry if any of this was out of camera. I apologize. Oh, and you can pause this video at any time in any of those spots so you can, like, you know, do what I'm doing and catch up, catch up to it. If you want to do it while the video is going, you can pause it at any time. And I'm going to say right here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. Always love new subscribers. And again, I apologize for not doing some videos for a little while because I was feeling pretty yucky, and I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm going to try to make sure I'm feeling up to things. Yeah, this is going to be over an hour, and I apologize for that as well. Can't be helped, but we're almost done. So all we have to do is stuff the head, attach the arms and the head to the body, and we are done. Yeah, I got a couple more rows here yet. Hang on. Do. Oh. Well, I don't want that stitch in there. Sassy thing. Hate that when that happens. Grab the wrong stitch. One more of these rows, and then we'll sometimes when you want things to cooperate with you, they don't always work the way you want them to. Okay, at this point you can add the eyeballs if you would like, okay, which would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd add them like in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd add them between the in the 5th row, like between the fourth and the fifth and the sixth row. That way you have the eyeballs on there if you want to add eyes, you know, like safety eyes, which would have to be like, I don't know, the small ones, like 4 millimeter, I think. I'm not even sure. I think it's 4 millimeter. It might be smaller yet, but I think something like that. I don't add safety eyes to all my items because I sell at the markets, and sometimes little children like the items, and I don't want them to be swallowing safety eyes, even though they say they're safety eyes. Sometimes they do snap off. I've had them snap off while I'm trying to put them on, which defeats the purpose of safety eyes. Anyways, okay. Once you get your 4 rows done, you need to decrease. So in your first one here, you need to decrease and then do 2 single crochet, well, 1 single crochet and then another single crochet in the next stitch there. And then you need to do it again, which is decrease, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 decrease here, decrease, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and then just repeat until you get to the end of your stitches, or the end of your row here. You know, do your thing here. Okay, now in the last row here, this is going to be our last row. We're going to need to decrease, if I can get the hook to cooperate here. Come on now. We're going to need to decrease, single crochet in between the decreases, decrease again. Good. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, oh, come on, and decrease. And then join with a slip stitch. Hang on here. Ugh. Join with a slip stitch. And give yourself a nice tail. Make sure it's nice and long. Don't be afraid to make it nice and long. That way you got string to work with. Yes, I know there's a string on the body too. Yes. Alright. So get your snowman back over here. Now we're going to stuff this head real quick. Stuff it up. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so. Oop. Sorry. Technical difficulties there. Add a little bit more stuffing. Hopefully I won't knock you down again. Alright. Okay. Okay, now find your tapestry needle. I have to get mine off the string here. Okay. and get your needle on your arm here. Okay, make sure your snowman's facing the right way, and make sure your thumbs are out, because you don't want your thumbs to the back of your snowman, otherwise your snowman will look like he's kind of wonky, because people don't wear their thumbs backwards. And just stitch it on, and do it a couple times so you make sure it's really on there. That way you know the arm is on there. That's what I do. And then I just take this string and like go down the arm, just tuck it in, poke it out there. You can do this to the body. You can do it with the body too if you want, but I'm just going to go down the arm here and do another like that. And just poke out there and put my scissors and cut it off. There, about one arm. You can now pick something up, at least with one arm anyways. Okay, get your other arm. Thread your needle, thread it through the needle. If you have to, you can use a piece of paper. As long as you can use a folded piece of paper as long as it fits through your needle, the head of your needle. And that'll help you thread your needle a little bit easier. Alright. Now he's a snowman, so he's a little slippery, I guess. Snowman, get it? Get it? He's trying to be slippery. And again, you just get it in there. And make sure you're getting through all of it. Because I've had that happen where I thought I had it all the way through and I didn't. Silly me. Okay. Alright. So his arms should be about even. I mean, on the body, they should be about even. Okay. And then, again, just shoot your thing. You can go through the arm or you can go through the body. Depends on what you want to do. I'm just using the arms here because it's just easier to do that. And no one's going to notice your string at all because it's, it's white. No one's going to notice. No one will know. But us. Alright. Now for this head. Now I double sew the head, which means I use this string and the string to the head. But we're going to do it with the head string first, the string that's attached to the head of the snowman. And we're going to start in the back here. Alright. Get him to cooperate if you can. Doesn't mean he wants to, because, again, it's a snowman, so, it's kind of slippery. Ha ha ha. Funny. Trying to be funny here. Okay, and let's just start sewing it down. And make sure you're getting all the loops if you can. And then when you get to the arms, just go through the arms as well. Come on. And I have a whole crowd of snowmen in the other room. A whole crowd. They're not quite finished, but I do have them. Their heads and stuff aren't attached. They have arms, heads, and legs. Arms, bodies, and heads, because I'm doing it, I'm doing it this way now because I think it looks better with them having feet. I don't know, you don't have to add you can do all rounds if you wanted to, but I think this looks better than the way I've done it in the past. Alright, one more stitch in here. And this one we're just going to go up the back here because I see space right here that I'm a little bit unhappy about, so we're going to fix that right away. And it's gone. And then make sure you're taking your stitches and doing it a couple times so that way it doesn't come loose later. Alright, let's get rid of this string. Now as for this string, this is what I do a little bit extra to make sure that this head is not going to come off this body. This is my extra thing. I re-stitch it. Re-stitch it. Make sure you're getting up there in the head there. I re-stitch it because I want to make sure it's on there. It just makes me feel better that it's more secure than it was before. I'm being a little rough with it. It just makes me feel better that it's on there. And that it's not going to come off my snowman. Alright. And we have one more hole to fix. Now I know that his head won't come off. Now we have this part here, the hole on the bottom. If you want to stuff your snowman some more, you can still shove some more stuffing through this hole here if you want to. And we got a little bit of stuffing here, so we'll just stuff that in there. And you just stuff it in there, and there you go. Now to sew it shut. So then you start here by the leg here. And you just come in and you stitch her shut. Because you want this guy to be closed up down here. Because you don't want any of his stuffing coming out or, you know. Okay. And you just stitch her shut. And go to the leg again. And there. Come out on the back side here. And then you just run this string up the back here. You can make a butt if you want to now, but I don't make butts on my toys. Pardon again. I just don't find it interesting, I guess. Okay. There you go. Okay. We will do the rest of the parts in another video. And like I said, subscribe to this channel if you like this content. Hit like and leave a comment. And I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.